What's going on, everyone? Matt here for the Matt Film Show. If you guys are new here, make sure you thumbs up, subscribe if you guys like, and let's get right into today's video. And today, I'm giving you guys a review of the movie of the summer, the movie that I've been waiting for a very long time. This is my review of Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four: First Steps. You guys know how excited I've been for this movie. You guys know when they announced the cast, I was kind of iffy with the casting choice, especially with Pedro Pascal. To me, he didn't seem like a fit for Mr. Fantastic. I did love the casting for Joseph Quinn as the Human Torch, Johnny Storm. Vanessa Kirby, I thought she was the perfect. She looked like the great cast for Sue Storm, Invisible Woman. And Ebon Moss-Backrack as Ben Grimm the Thing. Thought that they were perfectly casted. The only one that I was iffy with was Pedro Pascal, Reed Richards. You guys know I made a video about a year ago or two, I think a year ago, of them announcing the cast of the Fantastic Four, more overall thoughts of who they casted. I did that video like over a year ago. You know, that was a pure speculation ever since the Fantastic Four was announced that it was going to be coming to the MCU, was who's going to play Reed Richards, who's going to play Sue Storm, who's going to play Johnny Storm or the Human Torch or the Thing, right? That was a big question that a lot of things that people were very, very anxious of getting. After all these trailers, I really loved the trailers for the Fantastic Four: First Steps. It really sold to me. I was very, got me even more excited for this. You know, I don't know if it was CinemaCon or Comic-Con a couple years ago. They played the theme song of the Fantastic Four, like Fantastic Four. That was like, I love that theme. And when they play here, I love it even more. The theme here. So I'm gonna give you guys the premise, the casting, and my overall thoughts of the movie. You guys know I'm very excited for this because this is a movie that I've been waiting for a very long time. I also want to give you guys my thoughts on if I think they did a great job this time around with the Fantastic Four. I'll give you guys my thoughts overall. I'm going to give you guys the premise, the casting, and then we're going to get right into the review, all right? Premise: set against a vibrant backdrop of 1960s inspired retro-futuristic world. The film follows Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm as they face their most daunting challenge yet. Forced to balance their roles as heroes, the strength of their family bond, they must defend Earth from a raving space god called Galactus and the enacting Carol Silver Surfer. And if Galactus' plan to devour the entire planet and anyone on it weren't bad enough, it gets very personal. The movie stars Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Invisible Woman, Ebon Moss-Backrack as Ben Grimm the Thing, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, Julia Gardner as Shia LaBeouf, Silver Surfer, Paul Walter Hauser as Harvey Elder, Mole Man, and Ralph Ensign as Galactus. Incredible cast. I thought that they did such a perfect casting choice with not just the Fantastic Four, but with Galactus, with the Silver Surfer and Mole Man. I think everybody was perfectly casted here. I am very pleased and appreciated with all the casting that they have done with this movie, because at first I was kind of iffy on the casting of the Fantastic Four, but now after watching the movies, I've learned to appreciate them, and I thought that they were perfectly casted, everyone. This is the 37th film of the MCU, and obviously this is the first time we get to see the Fantastic Four in the MCU. And the question is, do they do it right this time around? You know, 20 years ago, they did the Fantastic Four with Chris Evans, Jessica Alba, Michael Chiklis, and who played the Ian Grufford was Mr. Fantastic. 10 years ago, they did the Fantastic Four again. They rebooted it 10 years ago with Miles Teller as Mr. Fantastic, Michael B. Jordan as the Human Torch, Kate Mara Sue Storm, and Jamie Bell as Ben Grimm the Thing. You guys know I hate that movie. That movie was so bad. That was for me one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I have not gone back to watch that movie. I only saw that movie once. I did not watch that movie in theaters. I just saw it to see if that movie was actually bad. It's actually bad. I have no plans of rewatching it. You know what I mean? So I would never rewatch that movie. I don't want to talk about that movie. That movie was just, for me, forgettable. I don't want to mention it. I just wanted to mention that they remade it 10 years ago. This is the Fantastic Four movie, I would say, that we needed. This is we finally get a comic accurate Fantastic Four movie. A fun, family, entertaining movie. You know what I mean? I think that this is going to be a hard sell for a lot of people because they might have bad taste from the 2015 remake that they did 10 years ago. I'm telling you right now that if you have that bad taste, you're not going to have this here. I promise you, you're going to have fun. You're going to be entertained. You're going to love the cast. You're going to love the chemistry between all the cast. You're going to love this movie. This movie is this is what the Fantastic Four movie should have been. You know, I mean, this is a set in 1960s, but this is not the 1960s that we had back in the day. No, this is the 1960s set in the future, futuristic 1960s. And I thought that the setting was so cool because, you know, you had the Fantastic car. That was a futuristic car, but you know what I mean, for the Fantastic Four. That was cool. We finally get the Baxter Building. I think we did get the Baxter Building from 2005. It's been a while since I saw those movies, but the Baxter Building was so cool here. You know, when they worked so together inside the Baxter Building, inside the rooms, when they show scenes inside the Baxter Buildings, the rooms and all that, I thought that was so cool. The family dynamic worked so well. You know what I mean? That this felt, Patrick Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Evan Moss Backrack, Joseph Quinn felt like a family. They were born to play these heroes, and they were, felt very comic accurate, and I would say that it was, but in a sense I can't relate to that because I haven't read the comics or any of the comics of the Fantastic Four. I did not grow up with Marvel through the comics. I became a fan of Marvel through the movies. So, but I do know that this was looked very, very comic book accurate. And I thought that was very, very great. And so I thought that was very cool. The family dynamic was there. I thought that the moment that we get introduced to the Silver Surfer, I thought that was so cool. I know a lot of people were hating on the Silver Surfer because of a female version instead of Norman Rad, which was the Silver Surfer, not the actor, but the character of Silver Surfer, the alter ego in 2007's Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. But I never knew this until I searched it up, and obviously, in the comic book, there is a female Silver Surfer called Shia Ball. And so she is the Silver Surfer in this movie. And she was great. She did an amazing job as a Silver Surfer. It was Julia Garner who played the Silver Surfer. I thought she did a great job. You know, she's over there working with Galactus. She comes down to the Earth, warning the Fantastic Four of Galactus. He's coming. You know what I mean? And so, but I thought the scenes with her were so cool. I thought that the flame on with Joseph Quinn's Human Torch, the flying and everything, I thought that was so cool. Ben Grimm, you know, I was very skeptical on his look, because like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, I just did not see his look like the Thing, like as we were accustomed to, but I fell in love with the look of the Thing in this movie. Comic book accurate. You know, he has a trench coat with the hat, very comic book accurate as well. And I thought that the moment that we get to see Galactus in this movie, this is the comic book accurate Galactus. We saw Galactus in a Fantastic Four movie in 2007's Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer, but he was a cloud. Remember, Silver Surfer was taking orders from him, but he was just a cloud. No, we don't get that here. No, we get Galactus. And now when I mean Galactus, actual comic book Galactus with the purple helmet, like a 8 feet tall, or I don't know how, not even 8 feet tall, higher, so tall Galactus, comic book accurate Galactus. He was very, very devourer, very, very what's that word I wanted to use? Very, very frightening, very, very scary, frightening. Like Galactus was like, oh yeah, you have this. He looked very frightening. Like, yeah, you know what? You have to be careful with this guy. This guy is so scary. Like that's how Galactus looked. And I was so happy that they finally was able to give us Galactus, but comic book accurate Galactus. I thought that was so cool. I thought that, it's in the trailers, it's not spoiler here. They have a kid. And so the whole point of this movie is throughout the movie, Sue Storm starts off with the movie. She's already pregnant with Franklin Richards, the son of Reed and Sue Storm. And throughout the movie, Galactus wants Franklin, right? He wants her kid, right? He wants to take their kid away from Mr. Fantastic and then Sue Storm. And so he sends Silver Surfer to go out to get her kid and to get their kid. But, I thought that was very interesting. Inclusion kid, because they never had the kid in the 2005 or the 2015. So this is the first time they actually have the kid here. So I thought that was great. That's basically what the movie is. He's after the kid. The kid has superpowers. Right, Franklin Richards had superpowers. We get to see Mole Man here in this. Paul Walter Hauser plays Mole Man. And now I wouldn't say he's in the movie a lot. He's in the movie, but wouldn't say he's a lot in the movie. And he was pretty much, I would say, comic accurate as well. I was wondering when we were going to get Mole Man. Mole Man was a character that I remember, Mole Man. And the only way I remember him was the Superhero Squad show that I used to watch as a kid. And Mole Man was one of there. He was working with Doctor Doom. Mole Man, you had the Sabretooth. You had Galactus there as well. You had a lot of, comic, like all the superheroes together. Superhero Squad show. That was a great show. And Mole Man was part of it. And I was always wondering, when are we going to get Mole Man? When are we going to get Mole Man here? And Paul Walter Hauser did a great job as Mole Man. Even though it was very like a little bits of it. He wasn't in the movie a lot, so he didn't have a lot to do. But when he was there, he did have like a comic accurate Mole Man suit. And I thought he looked great. I thought he looked cool as Mole Man. Very happy that they included him. I don't remember if they said that they were going to include him or not. Can't remember if they said it. I can't remember, but he's in the movie, and I thought that Mole Man was great. I love this movie. This movie was so fantastic. No pun intended, but such an amazing. This is a definitive Fantastic Four movie. This is going to be the Fantastic Four movie that you're going to want to watch. Obviously the 2005 is watchable as well. So is the 2007. They're not great. They're not but they're watchable. The one that's not watchable is the 2015 remake. The the Fantastic Four from 2015. I would never watch that movie. I would never recommend you guys to watch that movie. Do not watch the movie. I would never recommend it. I would never watch the movie. No one would ever make me watch the 2015 remake of Fantastic Four. That was just awful, badly awful. Wasted potential there. Wasted potential. But I'm very happy that we finally got to see a comic accurate Fantastic Four movie. That great Fantastic Four, fun, entertaining. This is the Fantastic Four movie that we wanted to see. You know what I mean? We get to see like a origin and stuff. You know, when they were in the space and all that, at the beginning of the movie. You know how they were astronauts in space and how they were able to get to their world. I think this is World 838. You know what I mean? So they're not in the regular universe of the MCU is 626, I believe. But the world of the Fantastic Four is World 838, I believe. And so this is part of the MCU. It's an MCU movie, but it's set in an alternate universe. So, but it's in the MCU. And I just love the world of the 838 world, of the futuristic Fantastic Four look. Like I said, I love the Baxter Building. I love the Fantastic Car. I love the Times Square when they had the battle with Times Square. I thought that was so cool. I thought that just the world that they created for this movie was so great. The score was great. I think Michael Giordano, I pronounce his name, does fantastic scores. I believe he did a score for the Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four. I'm sorry, but that was just so I had to do this because that's such a great score. But I thought that they did such a great job with the casting here. With the casting, with the story, with the film, entertainable, watchable. This is what we wanted to see from a Fantastic Four movie. Marvel Studios and Disney, they delivered on a great Fantastic Four movie. I would assume that they would do a sequel. I'm sure they have a sequel planned out right now. They're going to have a sequel right now. I could guarantee you right now. I hope that they do a trilogy of Fantastic Four this time around. You know, the 2005 one had 2 movies. The reboot last 10 years ago only had 1. I think this is time that we finally get the Fantastic Four done right. I think they did a great job. I think they got it right here. And I want them to, I think this is the time the Fantastic Four is back becoming popular again. So I very excited. The Fantastic Four will appear in Avengers Doomsday. I'm excited to see what they're going to do in those films. We got Ebon Moss-Backrack, Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, and Joseph Quinn all returning as those characters in Avengers Doomsday. Would assume that they will also be in Secret Wars. I'm not too sure. They haven't really announced a casting for Secret Wars, just Doomsday. So we have to wait and see. Hoping that we do get a sequel to the Fantastic Four. Sure that they have, like I said, I'm sure they're working on that. I do not know if they would have Doctor Doom in the sequel. I do not know, but I just fell in love with this movie, the story that they were able to tell, the casting, the music, the theme song, everything about this movie was great. They finally delivered on a great Fantastic Four movie, comic book accurate Fantastic Four movie. I just love this movie, and I thought that even though Captain America wasn't that great, I thought they did a great job with Thunderbolts or the New Avengers and the Fantastic Four. I thought they did 2 movies that did great. Captain America wasn't that great, but was still, it was so-so. But I think Marvel, it might be heading into the right direction now. I can't say that they are not. They did a great job with, I thought they did a great job with Ironheart. Thought they did a great job with this one with Daredevil Born Again. I thought they did a great job with Thunderbolts. And so it does look like they're headed to the right direction. This is the last movie that they're going to release before I think the next movie is Spider-Man Brand New Day, or because I think that comes out July. I'm sure that they haven't announced anything, but I'm sure that they will have a movie come out like in May or something. Because I know December is Avengers Doomsday, so I'm sure that there has to be a movie in between Spider-Man and Doomsday. So I'm sure that some other movie will come out between those 2 movies. But anyways, this is my review for the Fantastic Four First Steps. They did such a great job. I love this movie. Comic book accurate. Love the casting. Love the futuristic setting. I loved everything about this movie. I thought they did a great job. Must watch. Go watch it. If you have the bad taste from the 2015 remake, You're gonna love this. I will 100% guarantee you guys, you're gonna enjoy this, love this movie, or enjoy it, or be entertained from this movie. You're not gonna get no bad taste from that last movie from 10 years ago. Just pretend that that movie does not exist. That this is to me, this is a definitive Fantastic Four movie. And so I'm very pleased, very happy with Disney and Marvel Studios. So thank you, Disney, thank you, Marvel Studios, and thank you, Kevin Feige, for making a comic book accurate, perfect, great Fantastic Four movie. I thank you guys so much for making a great, fantastic movie. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thumbs up, subscribe if you guys like. See you guys on the next video. Peace out.